Good morning, students. Today we will start with the next part of the lesson 4 Animal Kingdom. Today we will see certain phylum for their characteristics. The first phylum is Phylum-Porifera. These organisms belonging to this porifera are commonly called as sponges. Habitat where they are found. They are generally marine. Some freshwater sponge like spongilla are also present. Organization, cellular level organization is seen in these organisms. That means though they are multicellular, there is no division of labor, only some sort of work is divided amongst the cell, but tissues are not formed. Loose cell groups are there. The asymmetric body, these organisms have water transport system. Water enters through ostia. Ostia are the pores which are on the body. You can see these circle small pores. These are the ostia. So through this the water enters inside the body and it goes through the cavity. This is the cavity, central cavity, which is called as spongocoele. And then it goes out through this opening, which is called as osculum. So this way the water enters through these pores or openings. These are called as ostia. And hence, as the organism's body has pores, the name given is porifera. Water first enters through all these numerous ostia. It goes into the central common cavity. This cavity is called as spongocoele, and the water goes out through the top opening, that is called as osculum. Now, this system, water transport system, is helpful for gathering the food material, also exchange of the respiratory gases, and excretory system sort of, that is removal of waste substances. Special types of cells called choanocytes or collar cells, they are present in the spongocoele lining. Here you can see these cells. These are the collar cells and they are lining the spongocoele. This is the cavity. So these cells are choanocytes. Here you can see the enlarged picture. The name is given as collar cell because this part is called as a collar. So these choanocytes are the special type of cells or collar cells present as the inner lining of the spongocoele. The sponges have skeleton of the spicules or spongin fibers. Here you can see these are different types of spongin fibers or spicules. So these spicules are present in the body of these organisms. So that acts as the skeleton. These organisms are bisexual organisms. The term used is hermaphrodite. That means these bisexual or hermaphrodite animals, they produce both types of gametes. That is, the same individual can produce eggs and sperms, and thus the organism is called hermaphrodite. Reproduction is a sexual type by fragmentation, and sexual type of reproduction takes place through formation of gametes. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect. Indirect development means From the eggs, fertilized egg, directly the adult organism is not formed. First it develops into a larva and then it develops into the adult. So that is called as indirect development. So this is all about the group Porifera. The next phylum is Phylum-Coelenterata. This Coelenterata group of animals are commonly called as Cnidaria. They are found in aquatic habitat, mostly marine habitat. These are sessile free swimming organisms. Sessile means without any attachment, free swimming organisms. Organization as tissue level organization is seen in these organisms and they are diploblastic. In first video we have seen what is the meaning of diploblastic. When the germinal layers are ectoderm and endoderm, that is two germinal layers are formed, that organism is called as diploblastic. So Coelenterata or Cnidaria group of organisms are diploblastic, but apart from the group Porifera, they are having cellular level organization, but this group has little complex level of organization and that is tissue level organization. They show radial symmetry. The special cells, cnidocytes, are present on tentacles and body. Here the organism appears or are present in two different forms. One is cylindrical form. The example is hydra. This is polyp form or cylindrical form, and in that these are the tentacles. Here is the mouth. So this is one of the forms. So in this, these cnidocytes are present in the tentacles. These cnidocytes, they have a string like structure here. This is the diagram of cnidocyte. These cnidocytes, they help for anchorage, then defense and capture of prey. So there are different functions through which these cnidocytes special cells are helpful. The central gastrovascular cavity is present. You can see this central gastrovascular cavity is present and two layers are seen. So this is diploblastic and this is the common gastrovascular cavity in the organisms. And mouth is present on hypostome. So this region, the top portion here where the opening is there that is mouth is present there. This is hypostome. Digestion occurs intracellular as well as extracellular. Now, both the type of digestion is seen in these organisms. Intracellular digestion means where the digestion takes place inside the cell, and extracellular means which takes place outside the cells. So both intra and extracellular digestion is seen in this group of organisms. The organism shows two body forms. One is polyp, as it is shown by the diagram, that is hydra. It is a cylindrical body structure with tentacles. And the another form is medusa form. This medusa form, this is umbrella-like structure. So here the example is Aurelia for medusa, and for polyp you can remember hydra. It is the best known example. Now these organisms, they show change in the form or phase. Here the process is known as metagenesis, wherein the polyp form produces medusae asexually So you can see here, this is polyp form. It is by budding type, that is asexual reproduction. The polyp is giving rise to medusa form, and medusa form gives rise to the polyp form. So in between there is the larval form, planula larva is seen in this. So this is called as medusa form giving rise to polyp form, and polyp form giving rise to medusa form. This is called as metagenesis. So this is the Coelenterata phylum. The next phylum is Ctenophora. This group of organisms are commonly called as sea walnuts or comb jellies. Habitat is marine, tissue level organization, and the organisms are diploblastic. Radial symmetry is seen in these organisms. Body has 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates which help in locomotion, and hence the name is given as comb jellies. You can see these 8 plates, 4 these green ones, and on this side, so total 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates, and that is why they are called as comb jellies, and they help in locomotion. Digestion is again of both the types, extracellular as well as intracellular type of digestion. The example of Ctenophora is pleurobrachia. The diagram which is shown here, this is of pleurobrachia. Now this group of organisms, they show a typical phenomenon which is called as bioluminescence. Here you can see these organisms are glowing. They produce or they emit light, and this property is called as bioluminescence. The living organisms, they produce or they emit light. So this pleurobrachia shows the bioluminescence, and here you can see these comb-like ciliated plates. Here it is emitting light, this organism. Reproduction is sexual type of reproduction. External fertilization is seen, and the indirect development, that means the larval stage will be there. Directly from the fertilized egg, the adult organism will not be formed. It will first develop into a larval stage, and then it will develop into the adult form. So this is all about the Ctenophora group. In next video, we will see about the next different phylums. Thank you.